Over the past week, we've all been impacted and saddened watching the images, the videos come out of Houston and the surrounding area of the terrible floods that have taken place that have cost people their lives and have cost others everything that they had. Their homes, their belongings, destroyed buildings have really ravaged shuls. And we sort of ask ourselves the question and we say, what is it that we can do? And there have been emails that have gone out, there have been messages that have been sent around in which there have been various funds established in order to help people try to begin to rebuild their lives. And that, of course, takes chesed on our part, it takes kindness on our part. And I want to share a message about chesed that is found in our parsha. It could be found in a number of different places, the theme of chesed in our parsha, but one specific area that I think is important for us to think about, especially during this period of Elul. The pasuk tells us that the nations of Ammon and Moab are not allowed to become part of the Jewish people, meaning an individual from Ammon and Moab cannot convert to Judaism. And the Gemara learns out that it's only a male that's not allowed to convert, but a female is allowed to convert, and that's the reason why Rus herself was permitted to convert to Judaism. The Torah gives us two reasons as to why individuals, males from Ammon and Moab, are not allowed to convert. And these are the two reasons. Number one, because when we came out of Mitzrayim, when we were weak, when we were a nation that was vulnerable, and they had the opportunity, Ammon and Moab, to give us lechem, to give us bread, and to give us water, they failed to do so. There was something missing inherently within them. And because they lacked the ability to give to us when we were in a time of need, they lacked the component, the character trait of chesed. That's the first reason they're not allowed to become members of Bnei Yisrael. But then the Torah gives a second reason. Vasher sachar alecha as Bilam ben Beor. The second reason is because they hired Bilam. If we remember several weeks back in Parshas Balak, the Torah tells us that the king Balak was scared of the Jewish people who were coming too close to him. And so he hired Bilam ben Beor to curse the Jewish people. What happened as a result, though, however, was that Hashem turned the curses into brachos, into blessings. But nevertheless, the second reason given as to why Ammon and Moab could not convert to Judaism is because of the fact that they hired Bilam to curse us. So the Dubno Maggid asks the question, he says, why are two reasons needed? Reason number one is enough. The fact that inherently they don't have the kindness to do chesed, and Jews have this incredible tendency, this beautiful character trait of chesed that's within all of us. So since Ammon and Moab don't have it, that's why they can't convert. That's good enough for us to understand why we can't allow them into the kahal, into the congregation of the Jewish people. Why did we need this second reason? So the Dubno Maggid explains and says as follows, Ammon and Moab could have said, look, we didn't have enough. We didn't have enough bread and water. We didn't have enough money to be able to give to the entire Jewish people. Look how big you were. So we couldn't. What are we supposed to do? It's not that we didn't want to do chesed. It's just that we didn't have the ability. So then he says, yeah, but if that's the case, okay, maybe we should take that into consideration. But then the Torah tells us, but you did have enough. You did have enough money to be able to hire Bilam in order to curse the Jewish people. When it meant something personal, when it meant a threat to Ammon or to Moab personally, that they would be affected, then all of a sudden they had the ability, they had the means to be able to actively try to curse the Jewish people. And the message of the Dubno Maggid is that so many times in life, when it comes to doing certain things, many times we make the time, many times we have the resources, many times we use our physical strength in order to give and do for other people. But other times we say that we can't. Yet, the times that we say that we can't, there may be moments that if it affected us personally, on a physical level, if it was our own family, then we would be there to be able to help. Then we would miraculously find the money to be able to help them. We would find the time to be able to help. And we would find the physical strength to be able to help. So the lesson, says the Dubno Maggid, is that we as Jews, as members of Klal Yisrael, we are inherently kind. We are kind people, and therefore HaKadosh Baruch Hu has blessed us with this trait, and we need to make sure that we bring this trait out and we continue to practice it. And that means on the practical level of performing chesed, and be it sending a couple of dollars to those who are trying to rebuild their lives, trying to perform some kind of chesed in our own personal daily lives, and make sure that we're able to help other people, as Jews inherently are, kind, balei chesed, as the Gemara tells us that Bnei Israel, the Jewish people, are gomlei chasadim, that we're constantly doing chesed and trying to help others, and that is inherently what makes us special. That is what Hashem loves. During this month of Elul, as we focus on self-introspection, let us strengthen this midah of chesed in our lives, in our ability to help others. May Hashem bless those who are suffering in Houston and the surrounding area with strength in order to be able to rebuild their lives. Good Shabbos.